set to kick off.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
When he came out of college, I thought his best attribute was being able to break the pocket and make plays in the open field. But watching him develop over the years, you see a guy who can stand in the pocket and deliver excellent throws into tight windows.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
Brought down at
and the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Take it at the 37. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's now fourth down.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
23-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
At the 42-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. On the return is Henderson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
At Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
A gain of 15.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now the second down throw on target. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's a game.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, he finds his target. It's Schultz. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Prescott from the gun. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes the score Cowboys 10. Buccaneers nothing.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Well, let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. This defense is really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
The pass. Devin White on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills. They say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Brings up third.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was third down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes our score 17-0. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The 40-yard line.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This is Elliott. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down. Space to maneuver at the 40. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
On the tackle. A gain of 14. And a Buccaneer first down.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Rams who come in and get the victory on the road. Jared Goff, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I know it's all smiles on the offensive side of the ball right now, but you and I both know the entire mindset was just pick up the first down. What do you call that, one of those gravy plays?
Gravy, absolutely. They got more than they bargained for.
Love the way it turned out for them. Couldn't imagine going into the play that they thought this would be the end result.
Yeah, the defense got to be shaking their head, though.
10 yards on the pickup.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
That keeps the score Cowboys 17. Buccaneers nothing.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They were winners last week defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Brought down right.
Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the Cowboys.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
43-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
The ball carrier,
Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now this will make it into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things they consider safe.
And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
He was brought down.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead, it's down to just 1 score. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
49 yards.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's got it. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Makes the score Cowboys 20.
Well, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Man, this is ridiculous, man.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. And he's out right at the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
At the 2-yard line.
I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin with time running out. And the Bucs are within a 2-point conversion of tying us up.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Second down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now Elliott. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Schultz, incomplete. It's second down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. And they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Elliott. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
35-yard line.
They go to Elliott again. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
41. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And what can Prescott do in the OT? And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Cowboys, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.